Python. It's got simple syntax, a huge community, and it's super versatile. So it's great for everything from web development.
Asking one question: do you need C to be a programmer? Not at all. But I think you need to ask. The level of closeness you will have with hardware will decide the level of your control on computers. Java following by JavaScript and C++. Hey guys, welcome back to new video, and in this video we are going to figure out which language we should prefer or learn firstly in our computer science journey. So this is very important question. A lot of students stuck in their beginning stages. What should I start with? Which language I should learn? So in this video we will try to figure out this, and you will get a lot of insights from this video. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Let's start. So which language you should learn first? Its answer nobody knows. Even I am also not knowing. And if you'll go on YouTube, on internet, on other forums, people will say you a lot of things like do Python or start with C. Python is easy language, that's why you should start with Python. And many people will say you should start with C because C will clear all your fundamental concepts. A lot of things you will get to know on the internet, but its actual answer is not fixed that anyone will say. So how we will figure out? So firstly I'm going to ask this question to my assistant. Let's see what he will say. Hi dude, what's going on?
Hey, not much, just here and ready to help you out. How about you? How's everything on your side?
So my viewers has one confusion that they are starting their computer science journey, and they want to select their first language, first programming language. So they want help from you. So tell me about this, which language we should prefer as a first language.
For beginners, I usually recommend starting with Python. It's got simple syntax, a huge community, and it's super versatile. So it's great for everything from web development to data science. It really sets a solid foundation.
Okay, so you said Python. So tell me about Python popularity and first preference, how it is.
Absolutely. Python's extremely popular right now. It's consistently ranked as one of the top programming languages in terms of usage and demand. It's widely used in academia, industry, and even in startups. The fact that it's easy to learn and has a vast number of libraries makes it a top choice for beginners and pros alike.
Okay, so it's easy, that's why we should learn Python, or any other reason?
For most people, Python is a fantastic choice because of its simplicity and versatility. But if you're interested in web development, JavaScript is also a great option. It really depends on what you want to do. But Python is definitely a solid starting point.
Okay, so in colleges mostly they teaches us C language as our first language. So what you tell on this?
No. Yeah, many colleges do start with C or C++ as a first language because it helps students understand low-level concepts and memory management. But Python is still a great choice, especially for getting started and building a strong foundation.
Okay, so you were saying we should start with Python in our computer science journey, right?
Absolutely. Python is a fantastic starting point for computer science, especially if you're looking to get into different areas like data science, web development, or automation. It's user-friendly and very powerful, so it's definitely a great choice.
Okay, dude, thanks for your answer. See you. Bye-bye.
You're very welcome. Glad I could help. Have a great day and see you next time.
So he said about Python, but right now it's not our final answer. So let's see some other stuff. Like there is one post on Reddit where one user has asked which programming language should I start learning with. There are a lot of answers, but the first answer I'm going to read it out for you because this answer I've read. This is quite interesting answer he has given, and this guy is an engineer. He works in a company. This is the company name, and he studied at University of Victoria, Canada. And this post has around 80,000 views. So I'm going to read this post for you. Then you will get your answer because this post is very detailed and very well explained answer for this question: which language you should learn first. So let me read it out for you. So he's saying when you Google this answer, you will always say start with Python because it's easiest, but I'm going to disagree with this. The first answer I saw on this question said to avoid learning C. I'm going to strongly disagree with this too. I may have contrarian views to norm, but I'm going to suggest that it is best to learn C first, and I'll explain why. But first, let's just get most obvious caveat out of the way and say that it always depends what you want to do. If all you are doing is front-end web development, then obviously your focus should be HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and what CMSs you are comfortable learning. Or if you only want to build iOS app, then learn Swift, etc. Also, if being easy is a factor for you, then maybe go learn Python. But I'm writing this for people who are hopefully somewhat intelligent and are not intimidated by a little hard work. The world that says learn Python first often assumes you are an idiot. But I'm not going to make that assumption. I'll factor out easy and just assuming you are wanting to know which language will give to the best foundation in computing. So if you're asking the question of which programming language I should start learning with, I'm assuming it's because you want to gain a general grasp of computing and be able to expand into many areas by learning multiple languages. And you want a solid foundation upon which to learn a lifetime of computing skills. If this is you, then easiest does not mean better. Therefore, learning Python first is not better. Despite what your Google searches will tell you, sure, it may get up and running faster and making programs faster. And maybe you need that inspiration to stay motivated and stick with it. But this comfort zone may not be a good thing in the long term. When you find you need to move to another language and get the rude awakening of, oh, computer are harder than I thought. Also, since Python is such a high level language, you are really removed from the mechanics of how computer works. If you ever decide you want to get into hardware or embedded systems down the road, this will be tougher adjustment than if you were to get the core computer skills out of the way first. There are several good reasons why I recommended C as first language, but my main reason is that in terms of level of abstraction from low level to high level programming, it's situated perfectly to learn both. That is, if you learn C, you can move both direction. It's not as hard of a strength to go down a level and learn assembly language. And it's not as hard to go up a level and learn C++. Thus, I believe that C is the best language to learn first to build an overall solid foundation in programming. C++ is harder than other object-oriented languages, but they say once you learn C++, moving into other object-oriented languages like Java or Python is a breeze. Whereas, had you learned Python first, you might lose interest in moving to C and pop back into your comfort zone. If you only want to learn one language, fine, learn Python. But if you plan to learn multiple languages, C branches nicely into C++ and C++ sets you up nicely to learn the others. And if you really want to tinker with robots and hardware and embedded systems, you'll probably want to learn a few assembly languages. And C relates to those much nicer. Not to mention much of that stuff can be done in C alone. You are going to have much more customizability the closer you get to the metal, which is one of the advantages of learning lower level languages, and it allows you write only the code you need. But as far as a foundation in programming goes, you can't ever really escape history. Much of what computers have evolved to today really starts with C. It's not the oldest, it's just the direction computers went. The Linux operating system is written entirely in C, C++, evolved from C, and the same can be said for Python and Ruby and all other common languages today. So if you learn those others first, it's kind of like starting your education in grade 5 for lack of better analogy. As a result of this, so much of the world is rooted in C. Embedded systems are everywhere, C is everywhere, but the languages C is built of are everywhere too. So what he is trying to say, I hope you are getting, and also he is asking one question, do you need C to be a programmer? Not at all. But I think you need to ask yourself, do I want a slice of pie or do I want the whole pie? If you just want to do few things with computers, for example web design or app development, then just find the language that does what you want to do best. But if you wanted to make computers your life and aren't intimidated by difficulty and want to build a solid foundation in general to learn multiple languages, then I would go for whole pie and learn C first. Then move to assembly and C++ and other languages as needed. So this was whole post. I hope what he's trying to say you got it. Means he's just trying to say if you want to learn and build a great foundation in computer science, then you should start with C, because C is very close to hardware, and the level of closeness you will have with hardware will decide the level of your control on computers. And if you want to start with other programming languages like Python or JavaScript, then it will be harder to jump from Python to C or lower level languages. Also, one thing he mentioned that if you want to do something particular specific, like if you want to do web development or app development and you don't want to become computer expert and all, then just go and dive into those technologies and build your project. And this is one popularity graph of, as of 2025, Python is on number 1 and second one is Java, following by JavaScript and C++. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you got your answer, which language you have to select as a first language. The answer of this question is totally volatile. It's depend upon your choice and nobody has any fixed answer for this question. But it's totally depend upon your choice and interest. And what you are thinking about this stuff, which language are you starting with? Make sure to comment below. I'll definitely read it out. And that's it for this video. I hope this video was informative to you. I was just trying to answer your question and I hope I did. And if this video was informative to you, make sure to press that like button, and till next time, keep building and keep exploring.